Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sabiha. Today I would like to spend some time talking to you about the coronavirus or the COVID-19 and how we all can better manage the anxiety which is caused during this global pandemic. I know this is a very stressful time. It is a time where we feel very highly stressed out, very tensed, completely on the edge, hyper-vigilant. First of all, let me tell you that all of these are completely normal and are warranted responses to the threats that we are facing because of hearing these kind of news that is being showcased to us through the social media or different other platforms. So today, through the medium of this video, I would like to emphasize on certain steps or certain points which we can practice at our home during this lockdown period in order to increase our mindfulness and make us more resilient and more strong. So without any further ado, let's get started. Different organizations and different platforms are coming up with different guidelines that we need to follow and abide by during this period of global pandemic. But we need to understand that the most important weapon that all the organizations and all the platforms are continuously speaking about is social distancing. I know it is a deeply unnatural practice for humans to follow, but during this time, during this crucial period of the global pandemic, it is a very essential one. So now I would like to talk about some of the mental health practices that we can practice during this period of lockdown. Number one, following a routine, of course, as much as possible. Whether it is for school-going kids or for office-going people like us, following a routine and working as per routine is extremely essential. But now, during this period of lockdown, where the schools are closed and we are asked to work from home, we feel that all the bets are off. We feel following a routine is something which is not possible. But this is not true. Wherever possible, within the provisions and within the provided circumstances, following a routine or following our day-to-day activities as per a schedule is something which is utmost essential for a sound mental and physical health. This means eating your meals at the regular time, sleeping, walking, exercising as per the schedule that you follow in your day-to-day life. Unstructured time can create a lot of boredom in your day-to-day life. It creates spikes in anxiety and depression, which can ultimately and eventually lead to a very poor pattern and a very unhealthy pattern of coping. Another reason keeping and maintaining a routine is important is that it helps reduce the decision fatigue. That is the overwhelm or the anxiety that is caused due to too many options available. So rather than wandering in the morning and getting confused whether you start and engage yourself in your work or you help your kids with their online learning or with their day-to-day studies or you get engaged in the kitchen or in your day-to-day household chores. So rather than getting confused and getting completely lost about what to do, what to start with, it's better you have a schedule or a time frame of all the activities. You prioritize your task as per the situation or as per the activities that you set forth for the whole day. Try to stick to it, try to follow it so that everybody in the house is on board with it. But definitely you cannot make it very rigid. You cannot think that if the schedule of activities does not happen as per you have planned them, do not think that my whole world is going completely upside down. No, it is inevitable that schedules during this period of lockdown is going to fall out of place. Sometimes it will not happen as per planning. Sometimes it will not happen as per the things you have put forth in your schedule. So that is completely fine. But try to understand if you have a framework or if you have a schedule of what to do, when to do, what to follow, when to follow, a lot of things become very convenient and comfortable for all of us. And it helps free ourselves from the mental strain or the mental bandwidth that we are all surrounded by during this period of uncertainty, where a lot of our cognitive capacities or our mental capacities is already getting drained, is already getting strained out. Next point, starting an at-home exercise regime. Working out during this period of lockdown, I believe would be something very essential in order to feel healthy and most importantly, to kill the indoor time. This is a very excellent way to keep you active. Exercising is not only essential to make you feel healthy, but it also gives you a feeling that your energy is being directed for your overall health and your overall well-being. So by exercise, I don't necessarily mean taking help of some kind of weights or doing the treadmill or lifting weights or doing yoga. It's not necessary that I am suggesting only a particular form or a particular medium of exercise. It could be anything. It could be any form of exercise or any form of activity which makes your heart pumping and your muscles moving. It could be some form of dance, it could be some form of jumping jacks, it could be some form of meditation, yoga, it could be walking or taking a stroll in your apartment building or in your locality. Obviously not going out, maintaining that social distancing. That is something which is very important. We need to keep in mind even while exercising. So this is something which I believe would be very, very beneficial during this period of lockdown in order not only to help have a healthy body but also a sound mind. The next point that I would like to emphasize on is to declutter or to decorate your house. By decorating your house, I would like to say like working on your house to reorganize and to decorate it in the best way possible that you think. To kindle your creative angle, to bring out your creative ideas, to reorganize your house, to put an element or to add an element of beauty to your home. This is a very, very excellent way to feel productive, to feel that I have got a control in the things in my life. I would say basically actually this is a metaphor which gives you a feeling that when I am organizing the things in my house in a better way, I am also getting a control or getting a hold over the events and activities in my life. I am getting more productive. I am having a more hand or a more control in the different situations that I'm going to encounter in my life. So by cleaning, by organizing, I do not want to mean that you get obsessive with cleaning or you get obsessive with reorganizing. By this, I want to indicate is that try to reorganize, try to deep clean your house. Try to keep the things which are meant to be in proper places, or if you think there could be some extra thing, extra element that could be added to that element of decoration, just add to it, just go for it, just try to experiment, just bring out your creative angle. This makes you feel more productive, more happy about your existence. And it makes you feel that I have done something productive. What you can do is that when you're cleaning your cupboard, when you're cleaning your bookshelf, when you're cleaning your shoe rack, you can get hold of certain items which are no longer in use. So you can decide, you can donate those items when the lockdown gets over, you can decide to donate those items, you can decide to put it in some other kind of use. The books that you no longer use or you think would not be of any benefit anymore, you can donate those books to some library where it would be very useful. So these are certain small acts actually. I wouldn't say these are just acts of kindness, but these are acts which makes you also feel very, very grateful about your existence and makes you feel productive. The next point is meditation and deep breathing. Meditation, as we all know, has profound impact on our overall health and well-being. We all know that meditation has a very important role to play in helping us deal with stress, to combat with different kind of strain and different kind of tensions that we encounter in our day-to-day life, deal with depression, and to do away with a lot of stress and anxiety and tensions and confusions that we are surrounded by. But it is not necessary that if you do not know how to meditate, there is also another possibility. You can practice deep breathing on a day-to-day basis. Wake up early in the morning, do some meditation for 5-10 minutes or do some deep breathing exercises. When you inhale, just try to inhale all the positive energies that the world and the universe has to offer, and try to exhale all the negativities and all the tensions and strain and stress that you have been encountering and feeling in all this time, in all these days. Try to feel the difference. Try to feel the beauty of the inhaling and the exhaling. Try to feel of the power that you gain after this small activity. The next point that I will talk about right now, I believe is very important. Practicing gratitude. I can understand during this period of global pandemic, where many of you might have suffered great losses in your business. You might have suffered great inconvenience in your day-to-day schedules, where a lot of abruptions have been caused. A lot of difficulties have been caused because of this sudden lockdown. But during this period of time, where a lot of things are brought to a halt, if we can practice a small gesture, if we can practice a small activity on a day-to-day basis, every day, whether it is early in the morning or at any period of time in the day, what you need to do is that just be there in a calm, peaceful environment and try to think about 5 things in your life which you have at this moment for which you are grateful. Any 5 things which you have in your life for which you are grateful. Either you think about them or you take a plain sheet of paper and write down those 5 things that you have in your life for which you are grateful. It could be anything. It could be any kind of material possession, or it could be in the form of your family. It could be in the form of the life that you are blessed with. It could be anything. It could be anything. So, any 5 things for which you are grateful and for which you are thankful. You can just think about those 5 things, celebrate that you possess them, celebrate that you have them in your life, and try to be happy. It really works. And the last point that I would like to speak about is relax yourself. Do not be too rigid on yourself. There could be times during this period of lockdown where your kids are watching too much of Netflix, when the things in your house are completely left disorganized. The internet is not working, there is no water supply in the house, there is no electricity supply, things are getting disorganized, things are not falling in place as you had planned for. Wait, it's completely okay. It's completely normal. Do not panic. It's completely understandable that if you panic, if you feel anxiety in this point of time, it is an inevitable situation. You are bound to feel so. But the most important point is that we need to understand that this is a period, this is a phase that the entire globe is facing. The whole world, this is a global pandemic that we all, everybody, we are facing across the world, across the country. So during this period of crisis, we need to cooperate. We need to understand the importance of staying back at home and not panicking. And even if we panic, we need to understand that we have the mechanisms at our own disposal. We are strong enough. We can make ourselves resilient. We can fight back with this stress, with this difficult time. So if we cooperate during this period of time, during this phase, it's just a phase. It will pass by. So we need to be resilient. We need to be strong. And most importantly, we need to understand that the tool at our disposal is social distancing. When I'm saying social distancing, I would like to indicate physical social distancing, but not social distancing in other platforms. Today, in this digital world where technology has advanced so far, there are so many platforms and so many mediums through which you can remain in touch with your near and dear ones. Through phone calls, through WhatsApp, through Twitter, through video conferencing, you can be in touch with your near and dear ones, with your friends, colleagues, with your family members. You can completely be in touch with them. Try to be in touch, try to understand each other's modalities and mentalities, try to be in connection, grow from the opportunities that you are getting, the time that you are getting during this period of time. Be creative, be productive. You can try to invest your time in order to think creatively, to think critically. Try to come up with some kind of different innovative ideas, some kind of creative ideas. Kindle that creative mind that you have. Bring out some kind of innovative suggestions which could be beneficial for your friends, for your society, for your family, for your workplace. Come up with those kind of ideas. Come up with new kind of suggestions that could be helpful in your life and in the life of others in the long run. I would also like to suggest one very excellent practice that I have been maintaining in the past few years, and I found it to be extremely beneficial, and that is maintaining a journal. This is, I would believe, a very, very excellent habit, a very excellent way of self-reflection, self-observation and self-introspection. This is something like, it's just like diary keeping. Like either you maintain it on a day-to-day basis, or you maintain it for the past few days, or for the past few weeks, or for the past few months, as and when and as and how you want, or how you would prefer it to maintain it. So this is something which is so beneficial, which helps you to understand which are the different paths in your life where you went wrong, which were the different points in your life where you could have done better. It's more of a self-awareness or a self-reflection, makes you think what you can do in your life to be more productive, what you can do in your life in order to make a better society, in order to make yourself a better human being. So I would believe journal keeping is an excellent habit, which is not only necessary, or which would not only help you during this period of lockdown, but also otherwise. So these were a few points that I mentioned from my own experience, from my own information and my own understanding, which I believe if you practice and if you try to inculcate, it would definitely lead to a better, healthy body and a healthy mind. Apart from that, just the usual things that the other organizations and the other platforms are also saying: try to keep yourself safe, try to stay at home, be at home, maintain social distance and be safe. Thank you.